1966, I studied in St. Xavier's Branch School. I stayed in Politicos till I studied my Standard 6. I finished in 1971. In 1972, I moved to St. Xavier's Secondary School. I learned a lot of things in St. Xavier's. Today I've come out very well. My ABC, all I learned it in St. Xavier's. I'm staying in Kuala Lumpur. I always say, they say they are from Penang. Which school? I first ask them. There are a lot of people say when St. Xavier's, I'm very, very proud and very happy. And also there's a lot of preschool boys also a lot. When we say St. Xavier's, oh, I'm very proud. Today, I'm running my own business as a Lotus Group. All these, I have to say thank you to St. Xavier's, where it taught me a lot of things. And I'm very proud. Today, I still like St. Xavier's because this is a very good education hub. It's a very good school, and this is a multiracial school where we have, when I have my friend, Chinese, Indian boys, Malay boys, and it was managed very well by the brothers, and we were so happy. I'm very proud.
Hello Xavierians who will be watching this YouTube. My name is Yuan Ka He. My education was through St. Xavier's. It started off in St. Xavier's Branch School in Ploticus, and after that I went to the St. Xavier's Institution and all the way until HSC in 1973. You know, when I was doing my PhD in London, and when I met fellow Malaysians, of course we were quite close to each other, but the minute we heard that he or she was from St. Xavier's, it's just like we became just like old friends. It's a wonderful feeling. So I think we should keep up this spirit, this Xaverian spirit. Now in school, I was one of those very naughty boys. Never do well in my studies, except in mathematics. I remember from 1 to Form 3, we used to have a monthly test. And you'd be surprised, I came out top. In one of the years, I was top in mathematics, but very badly in geography, history, those kind of subjects where you need a lot of memory work. And I remember because of that, my form teacher, late Mr. Heng, God bless his soul, very nice teacher, very dedicated. And he sent me to Brother Lau Ho to be caned. And I remember I was lining up behind a guy, and he went first, and he got 2 strokes, and then he was about to walk away, and Brother Lau Ho come back here and give me 1 more stroke. So after the additional stroke, he turned around, looked at Lau Ho, and Brother Lau Ho said, "What must you say?" And he said, "Thank you, brother." So luckily I was the second one, you see. Was given 2 strokes. I quickly turned around and said, "Thank you, brother." So you see, if you forget to say thank you, you get another stroke. And not only that, this teacher Heng, he took my bag, those days, the square bag, that from the top floor, and he threw it down, And those days, I mean, my parents were not well-to-do, and that bag I've been using for almost 2 years plus, and it was the 3rd year I was using it, and the bag just disintegrated, those kind of things, those kind of punishment. And I always remember when I was in primary school, my mom took me to school and tell the teacher, if my son is naughty, discipline him. And today, I don't think parents will do that anymore. If a teacher dares to cane or slap the student, I think the next day you see not only the father, the mother, uncle, grandparents will be there demanding an apology. Like I say, I really enjoy my time in St. Xavier's. I was very active in sports as well. I mean, my family used to stay in the squatter in the cemetery land with all the tombs around here. And I used to run around the cemetery, hopping over one or another of the tombs. So one day I was in a ball house and the teacher asked, who can do hurdling? And I just put up my hand. And I was a natural hurdler and I was jammed. So it was a great time I had in St. Xavier's. I always have very fond memories of St. Xavier's. And that's why this time around when the school is seeking to raise funds for the school, and I hope more Xavierians will come and support it. I think the future of the school very much dependent on the support of former students or the alumni of St. Xavier's. I hope those Xavierians watching this video will come forward to support our alma mater. Thank you.
It's Jian. I'm from the class of 93. I was a student of this school from Standard 1 to Form 5. From Standard 1 to Form 5, Brother Xavier was the Brother Director until just a few months before I left, Brother Paul Ho came in as the Brother Director. Primary school at that time, the session was in the afternoon. I remember coming especially early to school, not because I'm excited for the classes, but it's to play with my friends. Those days we used to play police and thief, one leg and whatnot. Sometimes even before the class start, I'll be all drenched in sweat, and then sometimes I have a few buttons missing from my shirt because one of my friends would pull on my shirt while playing and all the buttons would come off. I remember an occasion in primary school where this particular friend of mine, we were playing near the classroom door and suddenly he spat at me. To avoid his spit, I ran out of the class. Unfortunately, the principal at that time was making his rounds and he saw me. So he summoned me to him. I tried to explain what was happening. It wasn't my fault to be out of class, but he did not accept my explanation and he gave me a stroke of the rotan. And I went back to class. This friend who spat at me, he had the audacity to laugh at me. And up to today, we are close friends, and sometimes when we meet up, we'll bring it up and we'll just laugh about it. There were many societies and clubs in secondary school. I was in the Army Cadet for about a year. After that, I quit and I went back to becoming a scout. Why did I quit the Army Cadet? Well, I got tired of marching every weekend and polishing and sandpaper the guns that we had in school. So I got fed up of it and I quit and went back to scout. I was also part of the school's football team, and I particularly enjoyed the camaraderie and the strong sense and feeling of belonging, especially when we play against other schools in the inter-schools competition. Brother Kashmir, as a brother director, he is a stern yet very gentle and reasonable person. I remember an occasion where a group of us friends, we were chatting outside the classroom on the second floor, I still remember. And he was on the ground floor and he saw us, so he summoned us to his office. On my way to the office, I was thinking like, oh no, I'm going to get punishment this time, because it was during classroom hours where you were chatting outside the classroom. When we reached his office, he asked us what were we doing outside the classroom. One of my friend who is quick-minded, he told him that no, we were discussing some activities in regards to one of the societies. So he said, okay, don't chat outside the classroom, use the notice board instead. So you're like, phew, it was like a relief. I hope that St. Xavier's institution will continue to provide holistic education in line with its tradition to present and future Xavierians.
Ladies and gentlemen, all Xavierians, my name is Alfred Ho, and I'm a blind singer by profession. I was studying at the school in 1966 and 1965. Should have been the other way around, right? Interesting. Above all, I must mention the canteen. There used to be a kway teow teng for only 10 cents, man, wow. Actually. It was so lovely, tasty. Unfortunately, it was little. If I'm not wrong, there used to be a lady who sells drinks in the canteen, and she gives poor students a slice of bread and a cup of ang teng chui, I think. Wow. If I remember correctly, very kind of her, in the class, let's say, I remember, of course, we must not say we forget about Lao Ho. Lao Ho, okay? Actually, a lot of people were scared of him, but I'm not scared because I didn't do anything wrong, right? Then there used to be a history teacher. Everybody knows him and scared of him. I think they're even more scared of him than scared of Lao Ho, because he will tell you, orbit, then you will orbit. Right. Some of the classmates were quite helpful. I studied under two teachers. My two form teachers in Form 2 was Chin Sik Chong, if I remember correctly. I'm told by our friends here that when I was in Form 3, I was taught by Tan Abba and believe that he's still growing strong, eating bak kut teh every day. He was a guy who was a brilliant musician, but unfortunately he has passed away. His name is Benjamin. He was from Sabah. He was a very good musician and I was so jealous of him. So I asked him to teach me a few chords. Then I started singing on my own and someone heard me and said I was good. So I just continued. Oh, my best wishes. I hope that they'll turn out more good students like they have in the past, like my friends here. May the school also grow from strength to strength, have more brilliant teachers. Can I say that? More even brilliant teachers in the future. Thank you very much.